Doesn't it look cute? Hey, it's June 17th. It's my first garden tour of 2026. Let's take a look. We'll start off right here at the beginning with peas. These peas I sowed beginning of June, I believe June 1st or the very last day of May, and they are doing awesome. On the right hand side I have a little marble pea, and then to the left or up top of the video is a sugar snap pea. Currently right here is nothing, and I'm going to probably put my cucumbers there with a trellis. Right along the fence I have my cherry type tomatoes. I have red cherry for the first 4, I believe. And then I'll go over the others as we get to each patch. And this first patch here is all my bell peppers, 5 different varieties. In this patch here we have 5 eggplant. And behind the eggplant we have what's starting our yellow pears. I have at least 4 of those, maybe 5. And then the last 3 are the chocolate cherry. We'll see if this year they actually are chocolate cherry. Last year I planted them and they all came out looking like the yellow pear. Now here's my hot pepper patch. In the first 2 rows, I have 6 of the jalapenos. In the 3rd row here, the very first one is also a jalapeno, but a different variety. And then the next 2 are the cayenne pepper. Moving on to the side with the tomatoes. First 2 rows, I have 6 Roseau Sicilian plants. The next 2 rows, a row of 3 and a row of 2, I have Valencia. Oh, 1 more row of Valencia. So there's 3, 6, 8 Valencia. In the next 2 rows, we have green zebra. So there's 6 of them. And across the way, the last 2 in this row are green zebra, and then have 2 purple tomatoes, Cherokee purple. The next row, all 4 are the Cherokee purple. I have 4 black crim and 1 black crim here in front of this giant parsley plant that overwintered, came back, grew all winter, came back as soon as spring started and started growing like crazy, and the flowers are about to pop, so I want to keep it. We'll get around to the back of those, the parsley. I have 3 Virginia sweets back there. They're like a triangle. The sun's getting in the way. And then in these rows, all of these are the Brandywine pink. So there's 10 of those. Here's those Virginia sweets. I couldn't see before because of the sun. They're a little trio. And I think possibly this one is also a Virginia sweet. I had a tag fall out and I couldn't find it. I thought all 4 of those were black crim, but it looks like maybe 3 of those are black crim plus the one in front of the parsley, and then this one here is a Virginia sweet. And I think we're going to be able to tell when they start to grow. One's supposed to be orange, and black crims are a darker shade. All along this side of the garden are all my Romo tomatoes. I had the Romo I had from last year, the San Marzano, and I also got a pack from the dollar store of more Romo tomatoes, since the ones I had last year didn't turn out so well. We'll see, because I'm not sure which is which. When I labeled them, I just said all Roma, and we'll see what happens. Next on deck are my cucumbers, pickling cucumbers, zucchini, and summer squash. This here is my raspberry plant. When I got it last year, it was literally 2 sticks in a bucket of soil, and I put it into this container, and it's growing like crazy. I have a couple of containers. I started off with some spinach, 2 different types, and some collards, as well as a third one that had some kale in it. And the animals, as soon as they stop popping up, the animals are just coming and munching on them. So, might be another year without spinach. In this pot here is a celery plant. I had it indoors for way too long and didn't get it out when it was supposed to, but I eventually got it out, and I'll see what happens. Putting it in this little pot, and I'm keeping it over in an area that doesn't get much sun, but it's doing good, and it looks like someone's eating that too. And in this pot, I started both things from seed, both oregano and parsley, and maybe last week, after they were all hardened off, I put them both into this pot, and it's doing pretty well. Eventually when I clean the front of the garden where my containers go, all these containers will go back to that area. This is my mystery perennial flower I started using the winter sowing method, and as predicted, using markers did not work because the name went off here and off the front. So I do have a video, and it'll probably show me which variety that is, because I think this is the only clear container that was actually like a gallon type container. That was a milk container. This is my mint growing back in these pots from last year. Up top is the pineapple mint, and on the bottom is chocolate mint. July 29th, everything's growing nicely. We've had a lot of rain, some warm days. I haven't got out and put down any mulch yet, but things seem to be growing well. We have our bell peppers. No, not bell peppers, these are the hot peppers. I already see some getting flowers. There's definitely been growth since last week. I have the eggplants, the bottom leaves are getting eaten by something, but same thing happened last year. Something in the garden like those leaves, but all the new growth isn't getting touched, and it looks great. These are the bell peppers. They're all growing nicely. Looks like some kind of insects are getting to some of the leaves. I have our tomatoes along the fence that are growing up nicely. These are doing the best. These last 4. I had one of my brandywine pinks break down, so I put some soil over it, over the stem, and it should develop some more roots and grow up from there. And the Romo tomatoes are all along this side, and most of them are doing very nicely. I only have one small one there. Everything else, which I think that just because somebody came along and ate the leaves, so they should grow back. And these tomatoes are growing awesomely. And I still have a ton of morning glory to get out of here. I just pulled a bunch out that was growing and threw it into a pot and just move it, and the rest just has to go. I feel bad because they're going to be so pretty, but I do not want them smothering my garden this year. Tons of them. And that is all for today. Thank you so much for watching my garden tour. I'm so excited everything's growing, and I'll see you next time. Peace.